Hey everyone, World Film Geek here, and today I've had the great pleasure of interviewing a great actor, Casper Van Dien. You may know him for his work in Starship Troopers, Beastmaster 3, and many other films and TV projects. His latest film is The Second, which co-stars Ryan Phillippe. The film is coming on demand and digital on September 1st from Momentum Pictures. Enjoy the interview. Hey Casper, how you doing?
Good, Albert. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, thank you. So I got to see
Glad to
this
hear that, man.
So I got to see the second, and I loved it. I love action movies; they're my favorite genre. And you were awesome in it as the driver.
Oh, thanks, man. It was a lot of fun to do.
So as I mentioned just now, the driver's amazing, and you didn't have to go over the top. You just played it, nonchalantly and very motivated. What inspired you to take on that role?
I've worked with Brian Skiba before. I like him a lot, and he pitched me this. He just wanted me to come in and play this character, and he said, "I think you'll have a lot of fun playing it." And I met Ryan a long time ago, so I knew him back in New York, and it was fun to catch up. And then just I love action movies too, so to be a part of it was just fun. And he seemed like a really a cool cat to play.
Yeah, and Ryan Phillippe. I mean, I've been waiting. I've been hearing so much about how he's in the martial arts and all that, and I've been waiting for a film that where he gets to show those off. And finally, we got this film, and he was great in it with his throwdowns. So, what was it like working with him in this environment?
Yeah, he's really passionate, and he loves being in it. And I mean, we had a lot of fun doing a lot of the stunts on our own, and we had some good stunt guys for when we couldn't. So it was, but we did a lot of that fight. That was just him and I. So that was a lot of fun to do.
That's awesome. So, in terms of the driver, did Brian Skiba give you any free reign on how to bring that role to life, or or was it just like try to do it this way, or did he give you like any free reign on how to perceive the role?
I don't know. I don't remember if he gave me anything outside of from when we're directing. He really likes the guys he hires and really seems to trust them. So he and I worked together, and he just thought I think this role is really good for you. So he kind of checks that, and then he lets you read it and take it in, and he likes to see what you can come up with. And then he definitely gives you direction and gives you advice when you're in there, and he goes for what he likes. But he just yeah, he goes, "This is you, Casper." So when somebody gives you that kind of insight, then you go, "Okay, I can do this." So you read it and you see what it is, and then you go from there.
Awesome. So, shooting the film, what in terms of shooting, what would you say was the most difficult part about the shoot?
Well, definitely the stunts are very, because we're doing it like old school 80s and 90s action films. We want a lot of, you know, computer special effects. It was just all real things. There was real fights and things like that. So we had I would go and train with the stunt guys who were just awesome to work with, and they really got into it, and were just all over you. And then I'm fighting against this guy Chip Dale, who was just a super fighter, and I'm fighting against them. So it was that was a blast just to work out with the stunt guys, and we would train at night. We'd go in and train at a dojo and throw down and get tossed around, and it's choreographed. So the fights are like a dance. Everything's choreographed, and you have to be very precise. And then knives come and sticks, and then when you get on set, there's they try to combine it into what they think's going to happen, and then there's a couple other things that might pop up, and you have to rehearse and dance, and you have to be really careful with partners. So Ryan and I got to do that a little bit together, and I got to do a lot with the stunt guys, and that that's always fun for me. I love working with stunt guys. My best friends are big martial artists and stunt guys that I've been training with and fighting with for years. So Garrett Warren, who does like all the Avatar, and he did Logan, he's second the director and stuntman on that. He's been one of my, he was my Taekwondo instructor. Mark DeCostos is my Muay Thai and mixed martial arts.
Yep.
So all these different guys I've worked with, they've helped me get into this. So then I work with these stunt guys that are all awesome and the best at what they do. That makes it a lot more fun for me.
That's awesome. So, as you've done many action films, and for me, this was one of your best in terms of the characters. And this is going to sound crazy, but I actually could envision the way the film ended, possibly a sequel or even a spin-off just featuring your character. So, hypothetically, if this were to happen and you were offered to return as the driver, would you do it?
Yes, absolutely. I love being the driver, and that's what something Brian was talking to me about too. We spoke yesterday, and Brian, he was the director. He's like, dude, I love it. Love what you did, Mitch. You're gonna love it, and I love that you don't die. So I think he's right there with you.
Yeah.
And that's what he said to me yesterday. So you're right on. You have good intuitions there, Albert.
That's awesome. So my final question is, with film production finally coming back and TV production, are there any new projects in the works for you that you can talk about?
Well, I finished up a couple of projects. I have this one out right now. I have another one out called G-Lock right now, and I have one called The Warrant out right now, and also a film called Rook. They're all out on demand and Netflix and different things. And then I also am going to film 2 different projects. I'm working with Tom DeLonge on a project, and then I've got another offer for another film. So we'll see. There's some things coming up, and I'm still on All American, which we're going into season 3. I don't know when we're starting that back up again, but I played Cody Christian's father on that, and that's a lot of fun working with Kay Diggs and everything. So I love All American, and I love being a part of that.
That's awesome. And just so you know, I watched not too long ago. I actually watched Alpha Wolf because I've been wanting to see that werewolf movie with you. And you were great in that. I just couldn't help laugh when you were eating the raw meat, but just that movie, I was like, oh, this is I love this. I loved it because I always love werewolf movies, and you were great in that one. Just for the record.
Well, you're very, very kind. That was a friend of mine, Kim Van Hook, who I love, and I always wanted to do things. And he was scrapping that together. He had all friends to do it, and we were all coming on board because we're all buddies and pals. He cast my wife as the lead in that, and then he's like, yeah, you can be in it if you want. And he's really struggling and trying to get it made, and it was like, he had absolutely nothing. So it was a lot of fun to do that one. We shot that where they shot the old Pumpkinhead movie.
Oh wow!
With
I knew that setting looked kind of familiar. I'm like, wait a minute, I've seen that. Pumpkinhead. Yeah, that's one of my favorite horror movies.
And it wasn't exactly the same house, but it was on the exact same property.
Yeah,
which was fun.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. So the second is coming out September 1st, and Casper, once again, you were great as the driver, and those who've been waiting to see Ryan Phillippe do a full-on action film, this is it. And to see him throw down with you, Casper, was awesome. And like I said, I hope they do a sequel or a spin-off with your character, because it was just mind-blowing. And thank you once again for taking the time to talk about the movie.
Hey man, it's always a pleasure. Thank you, and I'm sure Ryan and I would love to throw down again. So
let's hope that happens.
all right, you take care.
All right, you take care.